What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, the title of the video, I don't know if you guys really know this about me, but I do enjoy running a lot. And back in the day when we went on lockdown a couple years ago, what was that, like 5 years ago now? I really got into running because all the gyms were closed. So it was really the only way that I felt like I could work out and get a good workout. Like, I was doing push-ups, pull-ups at home and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like I was breaking a good sweat. So I started running. This was 5 years ago, like I mentioned. I would go run at my local track at my high school or at my middle school, and I would just do non-guided runs. It was basically just running. Oh, I'm gonna run for an hour. I'm gonna run for 2 hours. I'm gonna run for 30 minutes. I'm gonna run for 40 minutes. There was no clear goal in mind, and I was putting out some good times. I was running really fast. I can show you guys right here. Actually, I can't really show you because it's on my Nike Run, but let's see. I'm gonna pause this, sorry. That's just sort of like how I started running. So this video is not about that. This video is about something that I did this Friday, and it's basically post half marathon thoughts and feelings, I'm gonna call this. So let's see where my last, okay. So I did a half marathon on Friday. I was like, man, I wanted to see if I still had it in me, because I hadn't run more than 7 or 8 miles in one time since 2020 or 2021. So I was like, man, I hope I can still pull this off, because I regularly can run between like oh man, I closed 4 to 6 miles a time on a running. And then I was like, I'm gonna try. Well, I wasn't initially starting the run with the intent of going to 13.1 miles, a half marathon. I was originally just gonna go 6. It started as a 6-mile run. I got to 6 and I was like, this is not that bad. I did another lap and it was 8, and I was like, okay, I can keep this up. I was like, maybe I just go for it. In my head, at around 8 or 9 miles, I was like, I think I can do this. This is not that bad. You get to lap 10 or mile 10, and I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. I still have 3 more miles, but what's another 5K? Like, it's not that bad. So this is kind of like my post half marathon thoughts and feelings. So I did an average pace of 9 minutes and 35 seconds. I completed it in 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I burned 1656 calories. So decent amount of calories, I'd say. Yeah, pretty solid. My average heart rate was 164, kind of high. My cadence is 167, and the elevation was 55 feet. So the pace was 9:35, and I did 13.21 miles. So my splits were pretty strong at the first start. 9:32, 9:36, 11 and 11. I kind of slowed down towards those. And then this is when I really start picking stuff up right here. So I was hitting, what, 9:32? I got to 9:19, mile 5, 9:12. Mile 6, 9:08, and then mile 8 was probably my fastest one, I think. Yeah, let me see. Mile 8 was 8:52, which was crazy actually. That's pretty fast for me, honestly. For mile 8, that's why I told you guys I was feeling like I could do it. But you know, that runner's high was really like subconsciously helping me out get motivated. Mile 9 at 9:06, still pretty solid. Mile 10, 9:04, mile 11, 9:06, mile 12, 9:31, and mile 13, 9:45. I didn't complete mile 13. I just did a little bit of it. So during the run, I run around a 2-mile loop. It was mile 10 where I had to decide whether I was going to start another 2-mile loop. Well, I had to do another 2-mile loop, but I was like, man, I don't want to do a 2-mile loop and then be only at 12 and still need 1.1 more miles. So what I did, and what I should have not done, is I started deviating for the 2-mile loop, and I went further away from the loop to try to complete a 3-mile loop, which in hindsight really didn't help me. It really slowed me down, because the area that I decided to run towards was an area that I did not really know that well. So it was kind of like, I ended up, if you guys can see this right here on the map, so this is where I deviated right here on the top right. I was like, this was my 2-mile loop, and then this is right here where I deviated and I started doing a longer loop, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can circle back around. But they're doing construction at the park where I'm at, so I basically just doubled back. So like that double back really, I think that's why my later mile times are a little bit slower, because of the double back. I felt like if I would have just stayed on the track and just done another loop and been at 12 miles and then, I don't know, maybe just run the one more mile and then stop it, I would have been way better and walked back. But now I know, don't deviate from the course. It's not worth it, because yes, I didn't want to do another loop, but I ended up just messing up my time, I think, a little bit, and slowing down, and you know, just having to double back does not feel good in a run, especially when you're this many miles in. It's not the best feeling. So and not knowing exactly where you're going kind of sucks too, because you're just like, you're on survival mode. Your body's like, your legs are hurting, you're out of breath, you're all of this stuff, and having to decide like, oh, I gotta jump through this pathway or go through over here, it really kind of sucks. So next time I think we'll just tough it out and just go through the loop, and then maybe end up at the 1.1 miles and just call back or just start walking back. But yeah, so that was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, well, not really a mistake, but more of like a negligence on my part, is I did not bring any water for the run. I usually don't drink any water when I run like 6, 7, or 8 miles. I never really drink water. I don't feel like I need it. I'll have a sip before I start running. I'll have like a nice big gulp before I run, and then at the end I'll drink water. I feel like anything above 10 to 11 miles is for sure water is going to be needed. So by the end of this 13.2 miles, I was really parched and I felt like I needed something to drink. So when I got back to my car, I literally chugged like, what was it, like maybe like 20 ounces of water. Probably not the best, but I was really feeling it. So mistake number 2 was not bringing anything to hydrate. And I feel like maybe like a sip here and there throughout the run would have been better, but also did not want to have to use the bathroom while I was running. I felt like that was one of the things I did not want to have to do, like having to stop, go use the restroom, and continue running. I felt like that would really like disturb my tempo and my pace. So I don't know, maybe just like I said, just hydrate a little by little while I run. Third thing I would do differently would be, I don't know, I guess maybe push harder towards the end. Like I said, I did not beat my best half marathon time from like 5 years ago, when it was the last time that I did a half marathon. I did it in 2 hours and 5 minutes, and this one I ended up doing it in 2 hours and 6 minutes. So had I known that was the time difference, I would have shot the last mile like a little bit faster. Like, you know, it would have been, I think I would have been able to hit under 2 hours, honestly, if I would have known that no, actually I couldn't have hit under 2 hours, because it was around mile 9 where I was trying to see my mile time, my pace, and how long it would take me. And I started off, these 2 miles were too slow. I feel like had these 2 miles been a 9-minute mile, I would have been what? That would have 10, 11, 4 minutes. I mean, it would have knocked 4 minutes off my pace, which would have brought me down to 2 hours and 4 minutes, I guess. And then maybe not the double backing part really did not help, and stuff like that. So that's honestly something I would do differently. I did a really fast run on my this week. The week I ran this one, I did a 6 mile. I did a 10K basically in 50 minutes, and I know it's not the fastest time. Like, I'm not saying I'm a great runner, but it was a more than quick time for me personally, because I'm usually not doing that quick. What was it, like 8 miles, 8-minute paces? Oh yeah, this one right here. I'll show you guys, but it was an 8:23 pace for 50 minutes for 6 miles. I felt like I could have gone a little bit faster towards the end, but you know, it is what it is. But back to the post half marathon feeling. So that same day after I ran this one, like an hour or two later, I went and played basketball for a little bit, maybe like an hour. I did not want to stay like just sit down and not move for the rest of the day, because I heard that might be kind of bad. Like, you let your muscles get all stiff and stuff. I did try to take it easier, but I did have kind of a packed day, so I did go play basketball, and then I ended up going somewhere where I had to walk a lot. So yeah, I was really tired by the end of the day, but nothing really hurt while I walked. I was just kind of sore. The next day, I was also very sore, but I did not feel that bad. I would not have wanted to run, but I did go on a nice kind of longish 1 or 2 mile walk. And today on Sunday, what is it? So it's been now 2 days. It's been 2 days since I ran, and I think on tomorrow I'm gonna start running again. Maybe like a 4 mile run, something light. But I don't think I should go run today, anything right now. I'm just trying to stretch and just like, like rebuild some of my muscle. But hopefully I'll come back stronger and a little bit faster, and, start knocking some of these times down below. Maybe 8:52 pace was a solid pace. Maybe I could keep that up for a little bit longer. That would have been pretty nutty. 13 miles at 8, that probably would have been under, maybe it would have been under 2 hours. I'm not sure, but, it was, in all honestly, it was not that bad, but I don't know how it would be. Like, ultimately, the goal is to run a marathon, but at 13.2 miles, once I finished, I was really in my head thinking, could I do another 13.2 miles on top of this? Like, it wouldn't just be, oh, I need one or two more miles. I would need to do, I would need to do another 13 miles on top of these 13 miles. And in my head, I was like, I don't think I could do another 13. Maybe I could bust out another 4, but at a way slower pace, not at freaking 9 miles an hour, not 9:35. I don't think I could do that. 4 miles get me to 17. I think I could. I'm not sure, but it would really test to the limit if I could do another 13 miles. Like I said, it was slowly starting to hurt. Like, I was getting like Achilles pain on my Achilles on my left and right slightly, but it was towards mile 12. So like, if you guys have any tips or tricks or something I can follow, like a nice guide plan, I usually try to get my long runs on the weekend, like on Friday, so that during the weekday while I work and I don't have as much time to run, I can just do something like slower, or not as far, where I can get a run in like 30 to 45 minutes and then call it there. But yeah, these are my post half marathon thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. If you guys have anything you guys want me to like touch on, I can definitely do that in a different video. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever told the YouTube community that I was really into running, but I guess I'm a casual runner, so not really putting insane times like 6-minute miles, 6-minute 10K pace, stuff like that. I can't. That's too quick. I'm sort of a bigger man, or bigger boy. I'm like almost 200 pounds, so like it's kind of like I'm kind of glad that I'm still able to run this quick or at this pace. So yeah, if you guys have any comments down below, please just leave them down below, and comment and subscribe if you guys want to see more running content. I'm gonna try to do more runs, because I'm gonna be able to post them more now while I run, because I'm gonna get, like, I don't want to spoil what I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna get like some content, some accessory that's gonna help me record my runs better. That's all I'm gonna say. So comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.